Morning. Six o'clock Tuesday morning, and this is the second time we are irrigating this field. We've irrigated the other field as well. Yeah, we irrigated the other field last week. They're 8-hour pulls in the day and the night, and this is only a 4-hour pull because it's a smaller field. But we've worked out it costs us altogether 350 quid in diesel to irrigate both fields, which ain't too bad. Ain't too bad at all. But I'm just gonna wait for Dad. It's 6 o'clock. He should be coming down with the tractor to move this boom, and we'll get moved and get set up again. We should finish this field today and then get moved to the other field. But what do you reckon? Look at them. Look at them. Hey? They've had a well-earned drink. It's been red hot in the day. Let's put you here. It's been red hot in the day. So we've sort of been starting the irrigator in the evenings / night time. But this week's a bit cooler, so we can irrigate in the day, because a potato plant shuts down if it gets over 25 degrees. It won't grow, it just shuts down, and there's no point irrigating when it's that hot because it just evaporate anyway.
Oh, a bit later then. Yeah. Slowed up a bit, did it? Just the sleek's gone towards this side. She's still
Now then, last video, I don't think I explained to you the issue we was having with the reel. As you can see, we've got a pretty bad leak here, right where this valve joins into this bit of pipe. It's rusted, it's threaded as well, but where the thread is, it's just rusted and like sort of kinked in. We tried welding it. Even though Dad's good at welding, it's not the best of stuff to weld, this isn't. We tried using some brazing rods to try and braze it up, still leaks. We've even put some exhaust paste on it to try and harden it off. It still leaks. It's just because it's rusted and it's just, well, it's old basically. But if it continues to get worse, we shall have to get FJS, which is a local irrigation specialist, come out and cut this bit off and put a new valve and a bit in there. Dad's put this on here and also welded that just to try and stop that from rusting all the way through and kinking out. But other than that, and a couple of block nozzles, that's been the issues so far. yeah, the pump, she's all right. She's running a lot better than it did last year. It used to get hot last year, but it doesn't anymore since Suds, Michael from Agri-Men's has come out and done that. Yeah, this field's a nice little field, really. It's looking good. This end looks better than that end for some reason. They look like they're touching in the rows a bit more than that end. The other field is better than this field, but we can pull straight from the reservoir, which is the other side of my house over there. We can pump straight from there, which is ideal. We're not taking any water out of main drains. No one's getting emotional that we're taking water out of the main drains. If we did happen to take any water out of the main drains, we can always pump some water back into the system. That's the beauty of having a reservoir. Sort of like an insurance policy. If it's dry, we're able to put water on the potatoes. I know a lot of people who grow potatoes without water. That's just a chance and the risk you take when growing them. After all, the crop is basically like 90% water, a potato is, so it needs water to bulk up, needs water to grow, and we just haven't had the rain, so we're just chucking this water on. It's giving it and doing it a world of good. As you can see, she's a little bit leaky. It gets worse when it's under pressure. It sort of sprays out that side, but yeah. So that's just pulled that all the way out. It's just disconnecting the tractor from the boom now. I've got to set this in gear and set the stop as well. So pull this handle up, that goes up. Now I've got to put it in gear. Sometimes I've got to give it a little bit of a wind, and then I can turn that into gear. Take this off. Difficult with one hand. It goes on there. Make sure you put this little clicker down. Ooh. Like that. This is the most important bit here. Set that back. That's done. That's done. That's up. And that's in gear. Just check, because there's Roman numerals to determine what gear you're in. That's got worse. All the So fast forward many hours, it's the next day now from when you see me just irrigating. We've moved the irrigator yesterday. I've also painted around the bottom of one shed with the grain walling. I've started cementing the grain walling, but yeah, I shall take you through that when we get up the yard. It's currently 20 to 7. The irrigator's been running all night. It's just about to come in. Me and Dad have got to move it, and then we'll get back to the yard. Just moved the irrigator, got that set off. I think it's 8 o'clock now. Walked the dogs and thought I'd show you what we've been up to in this shed. So the wall in the middle of this shed is now complete, apart from me painting down the outside and putting cement in there, both sides. Yeah, she's pretty high. We've gone all the way back here, sealed it all up, absolutely lovely jubbly. She's solid. Well, it will be when we get the cement in the bottom, but yeah, absolutely well chuffed with that. Should be able to hold some oats in here. And yeah, Dad was sort of making a doorway here. He's cut a hole in there, but then he's put that bit in there so we can load corn up to it. He was going to make a front wall, so a wall that comes up to about here, so we can stack the shed full. That's that shed. Now this shed, if I can find the key. This shed's what I've been doing yesterday in between moving the irrigator. So I've gone around the outside with the paint, started cementing, done this little bit here. Behind them workbenches is already done, because when Dad did that shed, he dropped some cement in the back there. Yeah, it's starting to take shape now. It will be when we get everything out of it and cleared it all out. But just sort of haunching the cement up a little bit so the grain can run off it. And then I'll paint. I shall go over it again and paint the cement and paint this again and paint that, so it's all black. And yeah, just these jobs finishing off takes a bit of time because you want it done right. And yeah, looking pretty good. Got to here yesterday, so I should carry on, see how far we get, mixing up some cement and slopping it in. I had a too wet of a mix to start with. Need a dry mix so I can haunch it up a bit better. But the grain should slide off there. We've got a nice angle on there now, so the grain should slide off. She's gone off a little bit, so yeah. Okay, so I've been cementing all day, I've been painting all day, Dad's been building the wall all day, and we've been moving the irrigator and stuff like that. Didn't think it was too much to film, but just on my way back, so thought I'd show you the winter barley. She's about 2 weeks off, bit green in places, bit flat in places, but she's about 2 weeks off being cut. We was cutting last year on the 11th of July, so, but it was red hot last year, as you can remember. It has been red hot this year, but not as bad, and it is just started to rain now. Moving on to my spring barley. Look at her. She's looking all right. She's looking alright. There's the odd wild oat I'm a bit annoyed about. The big ones over there, I might have to go and pull them up. Just proves that the sprays don't work very well. Pretty happy with this 60 acre in here. This is the new land. Just the odd bit where there was a dip and we had a bit of rain and it's real thin in there in places, but that's what you get. But it and half got some ears on her. There's no end, but we'll head down to have a look at the oats. Now then, this is the little field of oats. Got this little field here and then just over there, so it works out about 25-26 acre all together. They're all out in here or in bells, look, because they look like little bells. I'm not going to walk in there because that'll be my profit down the drain if I walk in there and knock all them off, won't it? They are very, 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 very fragile. Dad went and sprayed the last fungicide on this, the last ear wash on this the other night. What we don't want is when they're ready to harvest, when they're fit to harvest, is the wind just to blow them all out, make them go flat. This has had 3 lots of plant growth regulator on it. Also, someone told me that plant growth regulator doesn't work on oats, but it must have done something, because they rose up ever so quickly, shot up ever so quickly, and they've sort of stayed this height now, which is a sensible height really. It's similar to wheat height really now. And yeah, look, you can just see how delicate they are, how thin that is there, and that is what we're after. I think we're going to go through here, not yet, but when it's nearly time to cut, we'll go through and round up them off, even them all off. So if there's a chance of cutting it, we cut it and get it sorted, get them in the shed, get the rent paid, happy days, and not have a lot of money left by the end of it. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Sorry it's not been very exciting, but we're doing irrigator, we're still doing the shed. Combine's coming out the shed next week. Don't panic, we are going to have a look at the combine. So combine's coming out next week. Don't really need a lot doing to it. We did a lot to it last year. Just general service, general look round. The irrigation reel, however, the leaking has got worse. We are probably going to call someone out next week as well to fix that, because it's like a bit of threaded pipe. Got to get the right size. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's old, it's rusted away. Yeah, we're going to probably call someone out to mend that. But yes, combine is coming out next week. Fingers crossed. Shed will be nearly done, or done. I'm going to paint rounds where I've concreted tomorrow. Yeah, just a lot been going on, we're irrigating bits and pieces. So yeah, stay with me. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's not very exciting, but it's soon be harvest. Catch you later. Ta.